All right, Cowboys Nation, I need you to stop whatever you are doing right now because something big just happened out of Frisco, Texas that could reshape the entire Dallas Cowboys backfield. And honestly, most people are completely sleeping on this move right now. Before we dive into it, I need a quick favor from you. If you are a real Cowboys fan and you want to stay locked in on every single move this team makes, hit that subscribe button right now. Here at Blue and Silver Nation, we cover Cowboys news the second it drops, and we are building a community of die-hard fans who want the latest updates first. Now let's talk about what actually happened because the Dallas Cowboys have officially added running back Izzy Abanikanda to the roster. And I'm telling you right now, this is not just some random depth move. This is not a throwaway signing to fill a practice squad spot. This was a deliberate targeted move by the Cowboys front office. When you really start digging into who this player is and why Dallas wanted him, you begin to realize this could quietly become one of the sneakiest moves of the entire offseason. A lot of casual NFL fans probably don't even know who Izzy Abanikanda is, and that's understandable. The league moves fast, and talented players can disappear from the spotlight quickly if they land in the wrong situation. But if you watch college football in 2022, then you definitely remember the name. At the University of Pittsburgh, he absolutely exploded onto the scene and put together one of the most productive seasons any running back had that year. During that season, Abanikanda rushed for more than 1,400 yards and scored 20 rushing touchdowns. Let that number sink in for a second. 20 times he crossed the goal line on the ground in a single season. That's not luck, and that's not a fluke. That's the kind of production that comes from a player who was consistently dominating defenses every single week. He was doing it against legitimate ACC competition too, which means he was facing real NFL-caliber defenders almost every Saturday. Yet teams still struggled to slow him down. He showed breakaway speed, explosive burst through the hole, and the vision to find running lanes most backs would never even notice. On top of that, he ran with a relentless competitive edge and refused to go down easily when defenders tried to bring him down. Because of that kind of college production, people expected his name to be called in the 2023 NFL Draft, and eventually it was. The New York Jets selected him in the 5th round, and many draft analysts actually believe that was incredible value. His college tape was so electric that falling to the 5th round felt like a steal for the Jets at the time. Unfortunately, that's where things started to get complicated for him. When Abanikanda arrived in New York, he walked into a crowded backfield situation. The Jets already had Breece Hall locked in as their featured running back. Hall was a young star the organization had already invested heavily in, and the coaching staff was fully committed to building their offense around him. That left Abanikanda buried deep on the depth chart with almost no realistic path to meaningful playing time. It wasn't necessarily the Jets doing anything wrong. From their perspective, they already had their starting back. But the result was that Abanikanda barely saw the football during his time there. He would occasionally get a handful of carries or appear late in games, but he never received the consistent opportunities young running backs need to develop confidence and rhythm in the NFL. When you watch the limited snaps he did get, though, you could still see flashes of his talent. The speed was there. The burst was there. He looked like a player who belonged on an NFL field, but simply wasn't getting the chance to prove it. Situations like that happen all the time in the NFL. A talented player lands on the wrong roster at the wrong moment, and suddenly his career stalls before it even begins. We've seen it happen countless times. Sometimes all it takes is a change of scenery and a real opportunity for a player's career to take off. And that brings us back to the Dallas Cowboys because this wasn't a random discovery by the front office. According to multiple reports, the Cowboys scouting department had been monitoring Abanikanda for quite some time. They studied his college tape closely and reviewed every snap he took with the Jets. What they concluded was that his lack of production in New York had more to do with opportunity than ability. In other words, the Cowboys believe the talent is still very real. They believe the situation he was in prevented him from showing what he can truly do at the professional level. When you look at the current state of the Cowboys' backfield, the move actually makes a lot of sense. The Ezekiel Elliott era is long gone, and Tony Pollard eventually moved on to the Tennessee Titans. Since then, Dallas has been searching for the right combination of running backs to keep the offense balanced. There have been moments where different players flashed potential, but nobody has fully taken control of the position. Nobody has stepped forward and claimed that clear number 1 running back role. That uncertainty creates the perfect environment for a player like Abanikanda to come in and compete for real opportunities. From a physical standpoint, this kid is a phenomenal athlete. At the NFL Combine, he ran in the 4.4 range in the 40-yard dash, which is elite speed for a running back. When he finds a crease and gets into the open field, defenders are going to have a hard time catching him. That kind of acceleration can turn a routine 5-yard run into a 60-yard touchdown in the blink of an eye. In today's NFL, where explosive plays are everything, having a back who can create those moments changes the way defenses prepare for you. Opposing coordinators have to respect that speed every time he lines up in the backfield. What makes Abanikanda even more interesting is that he isn't just a track athlete playing football. When you watch his college film, you see legitimate running back instincts. He shows patience at the line of scrimmage, reads his blocks well, and understands how to operate within zone running schemes. That patience combined with his burst is a rare combination. Many backs either wait too long or try to bounce every play outside. Abanikanda has the ability to press the line, allow the blocking to develop, and then explode through the lane when it opens. That decisiveness is something coaches absolutely love. One area of his game that still needs development is his role in the passing game. In today's NFL, running backs are expected to catch the ball and contribute on passing downs. Abanikanda showed flashes of receiving ability in college, but it hasn't been the most polished part of his skill set yet. The Cowboys coaching staff reportedly believes that can improve with proper development. His athleticism gives him the tools to become a solid receiving threat out of the backfield. If he can grow in that area, he has the potential to become a true 3-down running back who never has to leave the field. Some fans might still be skeptical, and that's understandable. After all, he was a 5th-round pick who didn't get many chances with the Jets. But the NFL has shown us again and again that the right system can completely change a player's career trajectory. Dallas clearly believes this environment will allow him to reach the potential they saw on film. And financially, this move makes a lot of sense too. Instead of spending huge money on a veteran running back, the Cowboys are taking a low-risk shot on a young player with real upside. If he develops into even a solid starter, the value of this move could be enormous. If it doesn't work out, the financial impact is minimal. That's smart roster building and exactly the kind of gamble successful teams often make. Another factor that shouldn't be overlooked is motivation. Imagine being a player who dominated in college, got drafted into the NFL, and then spent most of your early career watching from the sidelines. That kind of experience can fuel a player with something to prove. Abanikanda now gets a fresh start in Dallas with a real chance to earn touches. That chip on his shoulder could push him to work even harder and maximize every opportunity the Cowboys give him. Training camp is going to be incredibly important for him. Every rep in practice will matter as he competes with the other backs on the roster. Preseason games will give him the chance to showcase his speed, vision, and overall playmaking ability in front of the coaching staff and fans. If he flashes the same explosiveness he showed at Pittsburgh, the hype around him could grow very quickly. Even if he starts the season in a rotational role, strong performances could eventually lead to a larger workload as the year progresses. At the end of the day, nobody knows yet exactly how this move will play out. But what we do know is that the Cowboys did their homework before bringing him in. They studied the film, evaluated the situation, and made a calculated decision to give this talented young running back another opportunity. So Cowboys Nation, keep a close eye on Izzy Abanikanda over the next few months, because he might end up being one of the most interesting storylines of the entire offseason. Sometimes the moves that get the least attention end up making the biggest difference once the season begins. And if you made it this far in the video, do me a huge favor and subscribe to Blue and Silver Nation if you haven't already. We are grinding every single day to bring you the best Cowboys coverage on YouTube, and your support truly means everything. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think about this signing, and as always, Cowboys Nation, we ride together. Go Cowboys!